And we're live here at the FWL Studios. I'm here with Playboy CVV.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, first off, foremost, just letting all you guys know out there that Big Show got a text message of the Undertaker's balls.
Now, I want to know how the Undertaker's balls came to be sent on a text message.
I'll have to investigate more into it, but as far as I know right now, there was Big Show did a podcast where he revealed that once he got a text message, doesn't say from who, if it was from the Undertaker or what, but of just the Undertaker's balls.
What would you do with a picture of the Undertaker's balls?
I'd put it on eBay or wait in line to see him and have him sign it.
Sign a picture of his balls. That'd be the best framed picture ever.
Yep. Right in between my kids' pictures.
Okay, so we're here. This is a Raw only podcast.
We tried to do the SmackDown one last week, and that's what we're going to do from now on since we're having these separate pay-per-views. Just focus on Raw. So if I slip again, which I probably will, and start talking about someone from SmackDown, you have to excuse me.
Kevin Owens wins the Universal Championship on Raw.
I loved it. I love Kevin Owens. I've liked him since he very first stepped foot in NXT. I mean, then I went back and watched some of his Ring of Honor footage too. This guy's amazing. I mean, he's just so great. He has a little bit of that Stone Cold Steve Austin in him that I like. That I can easily see him in the future becoming a huge fan favorite. He's already getting cheered out of the building anyways, regardless. Fan favorite, but still being a son of a bitch as he's being right now and stuff like that. But I think it's a good move for them to put the belt on Kevin Owens. I mean, I don't have any complaints.
Everybody, everybody that I've been hearing from has a problem with Kevin Owens being fat. Well, you can't be a champion if you're fat. Well, guess what? Yokozuna was the champion, and there's nobody fatter than Yokozuna.
Well, they're obviously wrong because Kevin Owens is fat and he's the Universal Champion.
Yeah.
So it could happen.
Yeah.
Mick Foley had it too.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not downplaying Mick Foley or anything because Mick Foley, I've watched him through most of his career and he is awesome. But he cannot do the same moves that Kevin Owens could do. I mean, Owens can do some moves that are damn near cruiserweightish. So he's a special freak
awesome.
type of wrestler. Right?
It's his charisma that really just sucks everyone in.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's just like he's really that big of a jerk for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so he gets this because Finn Balor gets stripped of the title because Finn Balor gets injured the day after he gets the biggest push of his career, the biggest match of his career, and he gets taken out by Seth Rollins by another buckle bomb, and then the Hitman Hart, the old grouchy fart, comes on and says Seth Rollins is super dangerous and injuring people.
We talked about it before. I thought I actually have never been in the ring. Kamish, he dabbled in it, was in the ring and stuff. So I don't always know how people are supposed to take moves. And when I saw him buckle bomb Baylor into the outside there, into the barricade, I saw Baylor put his arm back to brace it, brace himself for it, and that's how it went. And so I assumed it was, Baylor's fault. He should have just took the bump. But then you said no, he couldn't have because he probably would have broke something more important, like somewhere in his back or something. That's what you told me.
It looked like his neck would have folded over if he didn't do it because the buckle bomb was going to fall short. That's what it seemed like to me on the outside barricade.
Because I don't count. I don't care how many people say, well, what about Sting? Sting's like 180. He has no business being in the ring with Seth Rollins.
And to be honest, I'm surprised he didn't just explode.
Yeah, I mean, so with the Sting one, to me, that's irrelevant because Sting needs to be wrestling a match that's super soft style because he's very injury prone because he's old, man. I mean, he's done. But I don't think Seth Rollins is dangerous. Yeah, I don't think Seth Rollins is dangerous. I think if he does that move to somebody else and someone gets injured again, they need to stop it. Don't let him do it no more. But I don't. Just from those two incidences, and oh well, it was brought to my attention to the Cena one where he needs Cena
Yeah,
in the nose.
he just shattered his nose.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he is dangerous in the ring, but if he injures anybody else, I think they should start taking some moves away from him.
I don't think he's dangerous in the ring. I think Bret Hart is just a really old grouchy man. Does he ever have anything good to
No,
say?
Bret Hart never has anything good to
Nothing.
say. He's the epitome of that friend, and everybody will know one of these guys eventually in their life that got divorced from his wife maybe like 20 years ago, and he's still grouchy about it, still hasn't gotten over it, still just hates the world because of it, where everybody else moved on. Nobody cares about the Montreal Screwjob anymore. Nobody does. It happened such a long time ago, and you could tell when he's so bitter and he says this, says all this criticism towards WWE and stuff. You could feel the I'm still pissed off at the Montreal Screwjob kind of tension in his voice, and I still hate Shawn Michaels and everything, even though I did a DVD with him. But
Hey,
yeah, he's just that guy. He doesn't ever say anything positive about anything because he's still pissed off about the Montreal Screwjob.
hey, what can we say? He decides to go to WCW. That's in the story.
Yep.
None of this would have happened if he didn't. And I don't even know why we're talking about Bret Hart right now.
Yeah, could you imagine if he didn't jump ship all the other WrestleManias, he probably would have headlined with
Yeah.
another match with Steve
Oh,
Austin,
and he
The Rock,
and he would have actually had a career because
Triple
Goldberg and Orton
H.
ended him.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so now we have Finn Balor out,
Yep.
just out. How do you feel if you're Finn Balor?
Um,
Man,
I'm disappointed. I'd feel like, damn it, this happened right now because I don't know if they're going to ever give him this big of a push anymore. But my gut is telling me right now. It could always change, depending on the direction the storylines go. That they're going to let Owens hold on to it until WrestleMania, where he'll face Finn Balor at WrestleMania for it. And if we get a Balor Owens title match at WrestleMania, that's going to be awesome. Especially if
oh yeah,
Baylor's at full health and stuff, that'll be a great match.
no doubt. So, do you think they'll ever push him again?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they'll give him one more. I think they'll give him
You
one
think
more
he's
shot.
coming back to main event at WrestleMania?
Yeah, I keep thinking that he's my pick right now. That I think is going to win the Royal Rumble. He'll be a secret entrant and win it. Or who knows? Because you got the two titles now. Somebody from SmackDown might win the Royal Rumble. So I don't think they're going to do two different Royal Rumbles. It would be cool though, wouldn't it? Two separate Royal Rumbles.
That being the whole pay per view?
Yeah, two
Yes,
separate Royal Rumbles,
that would be
SmackDown Royal.
awesome.
But I doubt they're going to do it. So probably
Yeah.
combined. And I just think he's going to win the number one contendership somehow before WrestleMania.
So, with Kevin Owens being the champion,
Hmm.
he has his best friend, Chris Jericho, killing it on Raw.
Yeah.
Every single week, it's just better.
Yeah, I really don't got much to say about Jericho. You just know when he's on, it's going to be entertaining. I mean, that's it. That's say anything more or less than that. And plus, Jericho, he has a match too coming on the pay per view, right?
Yeah,
Him and Sami Zayn, which will be a really good match.
should be.
I
But Sami Zayn made the list because he's a stupid idiot.
Yes, he's a stupid idiot.
Okay, so we got to talk about the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yep,
Way over on the network.
it was great matches.
TJ Perkins wins the championship.
Yep.
Now, fast forward, we're on Raw. And no TJ Perkins. Don't get to see the Cruiserweight title. and the crowd doesn't give a shit about any of these cruiserweights.
Yeah, they don't. I figured that was going to happen, but I don't think the cruiserweight division is going to go away anytime soon. So, but that's why, to be honest with you, like I've been to WrestleMania and I've been to some Raws and SmackDowns, and I don't like the crowds there at WrestleMania and SmackDown and Raw as much as I like the little ones like the NXT crowds and stuff like that, because you have to be a real, you're really into wrestling if you want to go to an NXT show or something
Yeah.
like that, because because an average person just doesn't even know who the hell they are, or at WrestleMania and stuff like that. And Kamish was there with me. There was people
Oh, it
there
was
that I was
crazy.
talking to about wrestling that had no idea who the hell CM Punk was. There was one people from Chicago. They're from Chicago, and I started asking them about Ring of Honor. If there've been any Ring of Honor shows, they had no idea what the hell Ring of Honor was.
How are you from Chicago and I know what
You
Ring of
know,
Honor is? Well, that is
so
that is
well,
incredible.
well, that's just kind of like with the cruiserweights. I would have been stoked to see him. You would have been stoked to see him,
Yeah.
but a bunch of other people have really no idea, except they just want to come to a wrestling show to have their kids see John Cena.
You know
Isn't
what?
going to know, so they didn't get put over too well.
I somewhat blame the WWE because why aren't they playing those long video packages for each wrestler throughout the night that we saw in the Cruiserweight Classic? At least
I don't know,
instead
but
of like a 2 minute promo about everybody and then they come out cold. Nobody knows who they are unless they watch the Cruiserweight Classic.
yeah, I don't know. The crowd wasn't that behind them,
Nope.
so I hope that doesn't affect them, because the cruiserweight division is a cool division. The one thing though, and I mean they can't do it on Raw and stuff like that, is I wish they can make their rings smaller like they do at the Cruiserweight Classic to
Oh
have them do the
yeah.
matches, because um, they really it looks harder in the small ring.
Yeah.
When they're in this big ring on Raw, it's I don't know. I don't think it was as good as it was in the small ring. But I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't really shrink the ring during the match, or so.
Well, I don't know why Alicia Fox gets a match, but apparently she has the match at the pay per view, fighting Nia Jax. So if you're planning on getting there early to check out that kickoff show, there's no need. Because, spoiler alert, it's going to be fucking garbage.
Yep.
Got anything else to add to that?
No, I don't. Don't even care about that match.
Not even a little bit.
Yep, not even a little bit.
But, so on Raw with that four-way, I just wanted to get that kickoff. I looked at the screen. I looked at the screen and I saw that was the kickoff match.
Hmm.
And I was so shocked that I had to talk about it immediately. So I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna go back because there's so many good people on Raw.
Hmm.
That's garbage of a waste match. Why would you even? Why would you put Alicia Fox against Nia Jax? I mean,
They're
Nia
just,
Jax isn't good,
they're just trying to make Nia Jax look strong,
but
but I think it's yeah.
anyways, back to this four-way cruiserweight match with the number one contenders. And we
Hmm.
have Brian Kendrick going over. So I'm not a huge fan of Brian Kendrick.
I think the only reason Brian Kendrick went over because he was the only one that had any familiarity with guys who know the main roster only. Don't know about the indies or anything else like that. I think he was the only one. He was going to win because he's the only one some people still recognized, and he'll job to T.J. Perkins to make T.J. Perkins look strong, and everyone's going to know that he beat Brian Kendrick, who used to be in the WWE.
And Zack Sabre Jr.
Hmm.
was offered a contract, and he turned it down.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Watch some of these. Who was the odds-on favorite to win? What was his name
Kota
again?
Ibushi?
He didn't sign a contract either, did he?
No, I'm not sure if he was offered it or not. I'm not positive. Probably, but I know for sure that Zack Sabre Jr. was offered a contract. So, you know,
Dumb decision. I mean, it really is. You're in wrestling. You want to go to the biggest organization.
in England, this is just like a bunch of backyard feds. I mean,
Yeah.
basically, it's like a bunch of small federations, and that's where he's from. So he turned down a contract to go back and wrestle in a bingo hall.
Yeah. I don't know. You never know why some people do the things that they do, but I think eventually they'll sign him.
I guess we'll
I bet
see.
you that bet you the number might get a little bit smaller.
Are we gonna start seeing like cruiserweights who are already on the roster start to join in this, or
I hope so. I don't know. There's no news that I know saying that like people like Xavier Woods and Austin Aries and stuff like that are going to be a part of the cruiserweight division. But I think that they should. I mean, you know my opinion. I think they should have actually been in the cruiserweight classic. Some of them.
call it right now? Who are you putting the cruiserweight belt on if you're in charge of the division?
Um, I don't know everybody's weight.
It's gonna happen on the Raw after the pay per view.
Um, I would maybe put it on Austin Aries, or I could. I've always wanted to see Tyler Breeze having the belt too.
I 100% agree with Tyler Breeze.
Yeah,
Yep, that's who I would put it on.
I mean he seems to be like a perfect cruiserweight champion. He's a showman and
Hmm.
everything. So
And make him take some Jericho lessons too.
yeah.
Boom. I mean, he's already good at everything, but if you got some fine tuning from old Y2J, who's just a heat machine,
Y2J. Let's put him back in the cruiserweight division
you
too.
could do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Y2J is such a like douche heel. He won't have merchandise, so people can't buy his shirt.
jeez.
Yep, his Facebook account is a spam factory fest,
Yeah.
and it's
And,
like,
and I know I hate he always fools me when he makes his comebacks because he totally always has me hook line and sinker believing what he's saying is going to happen with his career and he freaking lying sack of shit all the time.
lies. Can't believe anything that he says.
Nope.
Ever. So yeah, Tyler Breeze.
All right.
That's what I call.
Okay.
I'm not impressed with T.J. Perkins, and I'm not impressed with Brian Kendrick. Cedric Alexander is good. I like that Rich Swann guy.
Yeah.
Well, all that I saw of him was on the Cruiserweight Classic.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not sure. I don't know the luchador's name. I don't remember.
It was
But
like Grand Metalik or
But
something like that.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not impressed with him either.
Yeah.
Do you think that they signed Gallagher or
Well,
Gallagher, whatever his name is?
Yeah, I bet you they did.
The white guy with the mustache?
Yeah, but also you need to know that they could go really far with this cruiserweight division if they wanted to by just taking good people like out of Lucha Underground. We're talking about Pentagon being a part of the cruiserweight classic. How freaking over that would have
Oh, that'd
been.
be amazing.
You know, so
They're already starting off all wrong with this. You have Mick Foley come out there saying that it's not about the size of the dog, blah. They're already discrediting the cruiserweights, so that's where it's going, and it's making them like an undercard
think-
match.
not to be a total Jericho blowfest over here, but do you think it would have been better if you had Jericho give the cruiserweight title to whoever won the first cruiserweight thing instead of Foley? That made completely no sense.
I don't know, because if Jericho would have done it, somebody would have called him a stupid idiot, hit with a clipboard, and he would have stole the belt. So I don't know if it would have been better.
Well, that would
it would have been better to watch, but not. I don't know if it would have been better for the cruiserweight division.
All right.
So that's what would have happened. But they need to put the cruiserweights like they can main event Raw.
Yeah.
They can main event a pay per view.
Yeah.
But they're not aiming in that direction, and they're making a huge mistake.
Well, they'll eventually. I think if they're smart, if a cruiserweight ends up getting a lot of momentum that people are liking them, they'll eventually start pushing them into the main. To fight for the heavyweight title, make a big deal about it.
Well,
too.
I don't know if they're going to with just how they're already handling it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
It's like all they have to do is turn on the TV and watch a New Japan pay per view.
Mhm.
The last pay per view I just watched,
Mhm.
the main event was their junior heavyweight title, and people were most excited for that. And the heavyweight title was defended. So,
Okay. Yeah.
but I feel like they're on the wrong road already.
But well, you know what title to me is, and we. Oh, never mind. Slipped. I was about ready to talk about another show that isn't supposed to be what we're talking about today. Got one. Okay. All right, never mind. Onwards.
You just made the list.
Yeah,
You just
I
made
made
the list.
it.
And made what?
It.
And all you stupid idiots listening just made the list too.
All right.
All right, who's going over?
Who?
Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho. Since we
This one's a hard one for me because I don't know. I don't really know. It's not one of my locks, and we're gonna do what we call a lock, where you could just take it to the bank, and like, and after we're done talking about all these, I'll tell you what mine is. But I'm going to go with Sami Zayn over Jericho, and it'll probably be one of the best matches of the night.
I can agree with the best match of the night, but I'm going for it. Jericho.
Jericho, okay,
Going for it. Even though he's probably not going to win. But I'm going to say Jericho.
okay.
So, what do you think they're doing with Sami Zayn? He's almost kind of fallen into the irrelevance. Like,
Just don't think they have anything for him right now. I don't think he's going to be irrelevant. I heard that he has a lot of backing, like McMahon likes him and stuff like that. I give it some time. One of his main rivals is Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens is deep in another feud. So I don't know. I think Sami Zayn's going to be okay. He'll be fine unless he keeps injuring himself.
we need Rusev to drop the belt to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns go heel, and we have Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns feud for the United States Championship.
That'd be a good idea.
That's what needs to happen.
That'd be a good idea. So are you? So are you calling? Since you brought that up, are you calling Roman Reigns to go over Rusev?
Not only am I calling Roman Reigns to go over Rusev,
Uh huh.
but I am putting a lock on my pick. What about you?
Mm.
It has
Does
to
it-
be a double lock. Has to be a double lock.
Does it? Because I was gonna say my lock was gonna be Nia Jax is gonna beat Alicia Fox.
You can't call that lock.
Why can't I?
That is garbage. We already said we're not talking about that match.
Oh, come on. Take that to the bank. But it looks like I gotta have two locks now. No, that's not my lock.
All right. Well, it's not an official FWL sponsored podcast lock, but I'm calling it. Guaranteed Roman Reigns goes over. Boom.
I think Reigns is going over too, but I do think my lock. I think New Day's dropping the belts finally to Gallows and Anderson, because if they don't, Gallows and Anderson are done. Do you agree? They're done if they get beat again by New Day. Are they vaudevillaned?
They're going over. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I think it's their time. That's my lock. Take it to the bank. Gallows and Anderson, and New Day's dropping the belts.
You know what? Double lock it. It's FWL guarantees right now.
So are we not guaranteeing Rusev and Reigns?
No,
Because
we
I could see Rusev holding the belt because of disqualification or something like that. Like he's not going to lose the belt for some ungodly reason. I don't know.
I'm still locked in with that match, but you're not locked in, so we can't.
Yeah.
We can't double lock it.
Okay. All right.
So we're calling it. Put the lock on the match. The club wins.
Take it to the bank.
Okay, so we didn't really talk about the Rusev and.
How about that
Roman Reigns
awesome?
match.
Yeah, I know, not yet, but you want to talk about what's this awful best 4 out of 7 series of Cesaro and Sheamus? I don't even know what it's for. It should be like whoever wins the first 4 gets a world title shot or something like that. And then they could finally have poor Cesaro wrestle for the championship at a pay-per-view, which would be pretty cool. And right now, he would be wrestling Kevin Owens, probably.
Wait. The match isn't for whoever loses gets executed?
I don't know, but
That's what I thought.
Why
Else would you have a series of best of 7?
Well, I guess it kind of happened to Benoit, because my favorite best out of 7 series was the old WCW one where they had Booker T versus Benoit, and I think Booker T won that series.
Yeah, of course he did. What happened?
Yeah. Well, Cesaro and Sheamus, to me, I don't know if this is. I don't even know what number match they're on. Is this number 7?
I don't know.
You don't even know? Well, I don't know who wins this match, but if this is for 7 right here, They're just going to find a way to screw Cesaro again. Sheamus is winning.
I'm not excited for this match
Yeah,
at
neither
all.
am I.
I've seen it literally 6 times.
Yep. So who you calling? Who's going over?
Who cares?
Mm,
Cesaro.
okay.
It makes no difference. If Cesaro goes over, it doesn't matter. If Sheamus goes over, it doesn't matter. If the match is a double DQ, it doesn't matter. So, what's the point?
Yep.
They're not even like really engaging in mic segments or feuds. It's just they're just wrestling each other.
Hmm.
There's no story. There's no anything. We don't even know.
Well, I told you what I think it is. I think it's lazy writers or not knowing what to do with Sheamus and Cesaro, so they're just doing this so they don't have to book them in any kind of angle and just whatever. Here, we're going to do this with you guys for 3 months, so we don't even have to worry about it. That's what I think.
They
But
can do anything. It would make it better. They could have Cesaro break into Sheamus's barber shop and trash the place. See,
yeah.
it doesn't even matter.
Hmm.
That would be better than just nothing. And
Have Cesaro's grandma crossing the street on a walker and and Sheamus bro kicker.
yeah, perfect.
Yep.
Done.
Yep. That would be a lot better.
We can have one of the members of J&J Security dress up like the old lady.
Yep.
Done.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would be. I agree. I wish they would have done more. But
But
it's like
they,
they just forgot about
yeah,
him.
they're
Yeah.
just like, screw it.
Yep.
We'll just have 7 matches for no reason, no
Yep,
mic
no reason.
segments.
No
Nobody
nothing.
even knows why it's even happening, but it's just happening.
No one cares who's better than who.
Yeah. So, how do you think the club is going to go over?
I think they're going to go over by some miscommunication by the New Day or something. I don't know, like the old going to go hit someone with the chair and accidentally hit your partner instead,
Hmm.
and to get some kind of friction between the New Day, and then they're going to then eventually they'll break up the New Day here in the future, which I honestly think is a terrible idea. They should stay together for their entire careers.
Yep.
That's what I think. It works.
Works
Why
really
mess?
well.
Why mess with it? But they're going to. They are. And then then they're gonna see it's not working. Then they're gonna put them together again. But all that pizzazz and shit that they have is gone because everyone's gonna remember what jobbers they were again by themselves.
I hope not. I hope not.
But,
yeah, that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen.
I don't know. Do you think there's any possibility that we see a new person?
What for Gallows and Anderson?
Yeah.
Yeah, possibility. I don't know who, but it'd be pretty cool. Kenny Omega.
That'd be awesome, but that's not going to happen.
Kenny Omega, and then he'll get then they'll put him in the cruiserweight division.
King Omega's wrestling for the championship at New Japan's WrestleMania.
WWE's done more scandalous. Remember when you particularly went to Las Vegas to see like the year long it was promoted like for a long time that Nakamura was going to be there.
Mhm.
WWE
Bought
took it.
front row ringside seats, yeah.
Yeah, you got there just in time for Nakamura not to show up because WWE got
Signed
him.
him. Yeah.
So you never know.
That was the worst. Oh, Kenny Omega, any of the Young Bucks, they're not doing anything.
Well, no, they're fully engaged in Ring of Honor,
Oh,
feuding for the tag belts. They're in ladder wars coming up against them, um, Addiction, and oh man, I'm not remembering right now. I think it's the All Night Express, but I'm not really sure.
I don't know. I think that they'll just cheat and win. Well, I don't think there's gonna.
They need a third member though.
Yeah.
They do. I think they're in need of it, but it would be a good idea for them to get them a new member.
And now we have a women's title match. Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Bayley.
Um,
I'm calling Sasha Banks. Charlotte was just holding the belt while Sasha was on vacation.
you know what? I'm calling this. My upset of the night. I think they're just crazy enough to put it on Bailey.
I hope not, because I think Bayley's massively overrated.
But look for, if there's an upset, look for Bailey to win the title. I mean, they might, it might be a short reign just like Sasha Banks, but they seem to be passing that belt around pretty quick.
Sasha's going to walk away with it and then hold on to it for a little bit. That's what
Okay.
That's what's gonna happen, I think.
I wouldn't be surprised with that. I actually, my brain is saying Charlotte should win, but my heart is saying, it could possibly be an upset. And if I have to pick an upset out of this, I say Bailey wins the belt.
I hope not, but I don't see it not happening. So I hope Rusev loses this title. I can't stand Rusev.
Yeah, and Rusev, I think, is the underdog in this match, even though he's the champion. Um, yeah, I say Rusev either drops the belt to Roman Reigns, or somehow Rusev keeps the title because of DQ or something like that, and then
I hope not.
they're gonna keep trying to throw Roman Reigns in the Universal title scene now.
He needs that United States. That's perfect for him. Perfect for
He
him.
needs to follow in the steps of his cousins right now. He would start getting more over. A team that's on SmackDown called the Usos. He needs to heal up like them.
This is a Raw only podcast. What don't we get about just talking about Raw every single
I was
time?
just comparing him to SmackDown
You're
wrestlers.
slowly but surely making your way to be the Sting of the podcast. So keep it up.
Sting of the podcast.
Just keep it going.
All right, so
Roman Reigns here
Mhm.
gets tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of hate.
Mhm.
But I've never seen him in a bad match.
Neither have
I guess he's just always being carried by everyone all the
I.
time.
No, it's just those trendy people that don't want to like something. It just some people, because I remember back when when Batista won the Royal Rumble, all you fuckers were pissed off that Roman Reigns didn't win. It was Batista and Roman Reigns were the last two people. You guys were so mad. Roman Reigns should have won. And then all of a sudden, the very next year, you guys wanted Daniel Bryan to win, but they had Roman Reigns win, and you guys all had a hissy fit. Ever since then, he's got nothing but hate. Even when I was in WrestleMania Access, in the area where Roman Reigns was born, there was people that were just being ultra trendy, they're just hating Roman Reigns, and it just,
Don't get it.
I don't get it. I understand that he's not a cruiserweight that could do all these cruiserweight moves, but that's not the style. That's not the style of wrestler he is. He's like a Batista kind of wrestler.
The
He's
Rock
a
could never
powerhouse
do
wrestler.
those kind of moves.
No, but Rock's a bad example, though, I would say, because The Rock is so much on a different level than anyone else, just because his mic skills are almost godlike.
Are you trying to tell me that Roman Reigns doesn't have the same amount of mic skills
No.
as The Rock?
No, that's what I think his biggest problem is.
What's his biggest problem?
Mic
It
work.
doesn't matter what his problem is. Yes. I should just leave right now.
But that's what his main problem is his mic work. But
I'm gonna blow up everybody's speakers. They're just gonna be listening to it casual, and like, well, then their ear they're just gonna explode because I yelled that into the mic.
all right, so
Oh man, so Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. I don't know why. I thought this was a triple threat match.
no, it was going to be, but Roman Reigns lost
Oh yeah, okay, I remember now. Yep.
his qualifying match. Well, and thank God, because I wanted to see Kevin Owens just versus Seth
Who's
Rollins.
supposed to be the heel here?
I don't think it really matters. I think they're really trying to give Seth Rollins a face run.
Oh,
I really do. Because Seth Rollins has been running out and helping Roman Reigns and stuff. I've been reading, like they have those little matches after Raw goes off the air for the audience that's still there.
Yeah? Mm-hmm.
They've been having it where like they're beating up Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins comes out and helps him and then tags up with like Roman Reigns or something like that. He's playing in the face role of the storyline, but he's still kind of acting douchey like himself. But
I get that. Yeah, that makes sense.
I keep reading that they're thinking about taking the belt off Kevin Owens now already. Just a short one. I've been reading that and just hope that's not true because it shouldn't. I mean, they shouldn't. I think this will be a great match, but I still think Kevin Owens goes over, and I think Triple H has something to do with it.
I think Kevin Owens goes over, but here's the thing: Glacier has something to do with it.
Is that your lock?
Boom.
Glacier.
That's my triple lock. Boom. Boom! Boom!
Okay, so I'm going with Owens. I think it's too soon for him to drop the belt, even though I'm reading on the contrary.
I go, yeah, Kevin Owens winning. No doubt.
Hmm.
No doubt. One cryonic kick, Seth Rollins is done. All right, that's all we got here for you, everybody.
All right.
All right. Have a good night. Drive safe. Drink a lot of booze, and then, drive home.
All right.